This is the brand new 2023 Bolt EUV. And honestly, this thing is really loaded for such an affordable EV available in the market. I've actually spent a couple days with it now, daily driving this thing, and I'm actually genuinely impressed. So the starting price for one of these is about $27,000. This one in particular is just $10,000 more and has all the bells and whistles. So with everything, this one actually comes close to being $37,000. But even the base $27,000 is respectfully loaded. But you don't have to opt for every option, because this one does have the red line trim package, which just adds red highlights here, red highlights on these 17-inch wheels, which do come with Michigan tires, in case you want to know, and the red badging right here for the EUV. But even with a fully loaded version like this, still qualifies for the federal tax credit, which can actually save you $7,500. So this vehicle does indeed qualify. So with that said alone, this vehicle technically is one of, or the very few, most affordable EV currently available in the market. As I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate and show you some interesting hidden features that this vehicle has and some cool shortcuts I wasn't expecting Chevy to actually integrate for such an affordable vehicle. Now the range on this thing can go up to close to 250 miles under a single charge. But from my real world experience driving this thing, I could probably get up to 220. But that's me driving joyfully. Maybe a little bit less, so I'll say 200 just to be safe. And it does indeed support DC fast charging, as it does have the bottom port right here. So you can actually use Electrify America or other third parties to quickly charge this vehicle. Just unfortunately for my experience, it does cap at 55 kilowatts per hour. So even though you plug it into a station that supports 250 kilowatts, the vehicle itself is only able to take 55. That's something I wanted to point out. But regardless, it should take 30 minutes to get this vehicle back up and running, around 80% from a low 10% charge. Now, the cargo space is really interesting because take a look at these taillights and these taillights. Your actual brake lights are the bottom ones, but right below here, since this is an EV, you do have plenty of storage. As we lift this up, you have additional storage space right below here. And you can remove this if you really want to. And I believe you can also store it underneath. And then it also comes with this privacy cargo cover, which it is indeed removable, as you can see right here. But storage space back here, you're looking at about 56.9 cubic feet of cargo space. So it's really a very good economic car. Now 0 to 60 is nothing really high performance. It's 7 seconds, which honestly is very reasonable, especially since, after all, this is an economy car. Take you from A to B to your workspace. And real quick, it does have some aggressive designs that I've noticed, like the headlights, for instance. They do have a cool animation when you unlock the vehicle, and the headlamps are actually located on the bumper, all to give this vehicle a very unique look. And before I forget to mention, 360 cameras all the way around, and it does indeed support Chevy Super Cruise, which I'll cover more in a little bit. So let's go ahead and get inside, and it does support smart handles to get in and out of the vehicle. Now the interior has some unique modern design elements, and pardon my stuff, camera equipment that you see over here, but it's really roomy. You got power for the driver's seat only, and you have this additional cubby down here, which is quite interesting and pleasant. Now, one thing for sure before I get inside the vehicle is the steering wheel itself. This is one of my personal favorite designs for a steering wheel, due to the fact that it does have a slight flat bottom right here. So when you're making quick U-turns and stuff, it's really nice to grip the steering wheel, just like you would expect from a high-end, high-performance vehicle. So, turning on the vehicle, it is a push to start. Put your foot on the brake, and just like that, it ignites. Well, turns on, technically. And you do have cool, important things, as I previously stated. It does have wireless charging capabilities, heated and cool ventilated seats, even have heated steering wheel, and then it also supports wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And pro tip, if you actually tap and hold the home button right here, it will actually quickly take you to your Apple CarPlay where you last left off. Now the trim piece on this vehicle does have ambient lighting, so at night it does illuminate nicely like you expect to find on a premium luxury car, honestly. And as for vehicle settings, it actually has some unique features. For starters, for an affordable vehicle, it does have Wi-Fi hotspot, which I thought was actually really interesting. But in the vehicle section, most of the stuff is very customizable, like the lighting And if you go in comfort and convenience, you can actually enable the auto wipes in reverse gear, where the rear wiper will actually wipe quickly so you can actually see and give you better visibility. Can be enabled. You can disable the rear seat reminder, which is all personal preference. Climate control, you have all this to automatically start whenever you remote start the vehicle, which it is equipped with a key fob. But the most interesting one that got my attention can be located in the remote lock section. And if you scroll down, you can locate the automatic open window option. When this mode is enabled, once you lock the vehicle and you unlock it one more time, but you press and hold the unlock button, it will automatically roll down all your windows. Just unfortunately, it doesn't automatically roll them back up. But aside from that, if you actually put this vehicle in reverse in general, the resolution for not just the backup camera, all 4 cameras on each corner for the 360 view is by far the highest resolution camera I've ever seen on any car, even higher than my Tesla. It looks almost like 4K quality. I'm actually really surprised and impressed. Even the color accuracy is really good. It looks like something from a modern day smartphone. Good on you, Chevy, for using the modern camera sensors. And then if you look above me, it does have a massive panoramic moonroof right here, which you can actually fully cover if you really like. It does have the cover capability, or if you really want to, you can easily pop open the driver section or open it slightly for ventilation. Other neat tech that it has, I really do like this Chevy smart rearview mirror, I guess I'll call it, where you can actually toggle between the traditional mirror right here, hello camera, or you could toggle between the digital one. So if you have any items or anything like that, like in the back seat, blocking your visibility, or a passenger in the middle seat, you can just toggle this and still be able to view exactly what's behind. And it's fully customizable. You could adjust the brightness, you could zoom in or zoom out, and also adjust the height digitally. In addition to that, you have all the other high premium safety features that Chevy or GM vehicles typically will have, like the OnStar support right here, Bluetooth calling, so your microphone's located right here. Although the shift knob is fairly interesting. It's one of these type of shift knobs, so you just toggle this for reverse, hit this for neutral, hit this for drive, and hit this for park. Self-explanatory, just odd. And you do have the on-demand one-pedal drive, so you could enable this or take this off if you don't like it. And then right here you have your lane keep assist to enable or disable, traction control, and it even has sport mode, which honestly, sport mode doesn't really do much in this vehicle, but I have noticed it's more responsive in the high speeds. And then additional important features, it does indeed have blind spot monitoring markers right there on your rearview mirror. And this little pedal right here on the steering wheel is your regen pedal. When pressing down on it, it will actually cause the vehicle to regen battery even more aggressive than the standard one pedal driving regen. And out of curiosity, glove box space, decent, normal. This does have the high premium audio system. It does have Bose, which sound great. But in the back seat, I have a good amount of head space right here. It does have like a little divot right here, if you can see in the video. I'm about 5'8", plenty of head space. So I have about 4 inches more to spare. In the regular seats, the dip goes slightly lower, so taller folks are more likely to fit in the edge seats than in the center seat. But in the back here, you do have access to 2 chargers, USB-A, USB-C, cubbies right behind the seat, the door handles right here with the standard single window control for the appropriate door for the left and right side. But right in front here is your control for the heated seats, because the rear passengers actually do have access to heated seats in the back. And then in the center right here, of course, you have 2 additional cup holders. But other than that, it's pretty much standard back here. But if you do opt for the glass moonroof, it is nice viewing it from the back. Now, I did found some additional hidden compartments right here in the seats. You can actually pop these seats up. So I'm going to go ahead and do this right now off the camera. And when you lift the seat up, it unveils 2 very hidden compartments where you can actually like store your wallet or something like that in both this side and all the way to the edge. And this big plug right here, this is the main plug for the battery. So if something's happening, you have to turn off the vehicle, whatever said reason, this is what you'll pull. I don't recommend doing this unless you know what you're doing. But to have access to this back hidden seat, you just need to pull these little latches right here. One on here and one over there. And then you simply just snug it back in place. It's secure, back on. So driving wise, if you're coming from a combustion engine to this, it's not going to feel too wonky. It'll only feel odd at first if you have the one pedal driving enabled. But when you happen to turn it off, honestly, the experience is very similar to driving like a 4-cylinder. Honestly, with one pedal driving disabled, this was reminding me a lot like my old 3 Ford Focus that I used to own. Which makes sense, as this is front-wheel drive and also is extremely torquey. But since the batteries are located in the mid section of the vehicle, it's actually well balanced, so on turns, you could definitely make some confident turns in this thing. Now, as for Chevy Super Cruise, this feature is pretty cool. Just unfortunately, unlike the Escalade, this doesn't automatically change lanes. I believe this might come out in the near future, but as of right now, I will describe this as an extremely advanced version of adaptive cruise control. The only con is you have to always keep your eyes on the road, because as soon as you look down or look at something else, the camera in front that's monitoring your eyes sees that you start looking out and you're not paying attention about the LED color on the steering wheel. If it turns red, you're basically banned from using Super Cruise until you put the vehicle in park and turn it on and put it in drive again. So, yeah. But aside from that, it's actually really straightforward, pretty relaxing for long drives. It's just very unfortunate that it's only supported on some highways. But if you live in some highly populated areas like the Bay here in California, or other locations in California like SoCal, the likelihood that those highways that you live nearby are properly scanned and compatible for Super Cruise. There's a link in the middle of the description down below I have where you can actually see what highways are compatible. So before picking one up, make sure to see if Blue Cruise is a feature you could definitely utilize by first making sure that it is indeed compatible around your area. But if you live in a bay or a highly populated area, the likelihood it's there. If not, it's coming out in the near future. And after a full day of running errands all over the town, I gotta say, I'm quite impressed with the EUV. Not only for its affordability, but all the important creature comforts that we typically will expect to find on a fully loaded luxury vehicle. Heated seats, adapted high beams, or I should say auto high beams, collision warning, blind spot monitoring, of course the latest technology that Chevy has to offer, such as Chevy Super Cruise. This car has it all, so not bad, Chevy. If you guys enjoyed, you know what to do. Leave this video a like, comment down below if you have a suggestion for another vehicle you wish me to get my hands on to review in a near future and daily drive next. But other than that, if you want to watch more, there's 2 other EV videos right there you go ahead and click on and watch. Thanks so much for watching, take care, and I'll catch you all in the next one. See ya.